Hey there everyone, how we all doing? Today I wanted to take a look at the Frontier's Edge map pack and evaluate if it's really worth the purchase for those who are still on the fence about it. So we're not going to be taking a look at like the art direction or how pretty the maps are, or anything like that. We're only going to be looking at gameplay, what's it like to play on the maps, are they fun to play on, are they competitive to play on, all that kind of stuff. So the gameplay that you're seeing comes from just a few games, one game from each map that'll hopefully be playing as the actual commentary is going, pretty much simultaneously. And with all that out of the way, let's get started with the level 0. So Frontier's Edge DLC costs about $10 and includes 3 new maps: Export, Dig Site, and Haven. To get a brief run through of each of these 3 maps, I recommend that you watch the Frontier's Edge trailer on YouTube. That's going to be on just the Titanfall main channel. And you can go ahead and watch that, kind of get like the general gist of what each map is all about, what it's like, all that kind of stuff. So go ahead and watch that. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to go take a look at. And anyways, without any further ado, let's get started with the actual commentary. So here you go, stick around. First up, we'll talk about Dig Site, which is filled with tight central lanes, which slow down Titan fights and limit the mobility of Titans. This makes pilot parkour a very, very important tool on this map, and they have definitely designed it around pilot parkour being, they gave you a couple of highways, basically, where you can get going really, really quickly, very, very easily with absolutely no effort on your part whatsoever. Titans still control the outsides, though, and they have free reign over the few but important open lanes of the map when equipped and positioned properly. Titans may not have a lot of elbow room in this map, at least in the center, but they've got enough to clog up the important pilot routes and keep them in check, namely all the CTF highways. The Titans could get right in the middle of those and and get you all screwed up there. So overall, the map is very fun to play on. It's very competitive. It's a real pleasure for me. No map is without its flaws, though. And flag rooms and hardpoint rooms in this map are definitely one of those, to an extent. So in my opinion, it seems like these rooms are intentionally designed to hurt and hamper fast parkour access. So they gave you all these options to move very quickly on the outsides of the map, in the exteriors, but when you're trying to transition from an exterior to an interior, they've made it so doing that transition is not easy. It takes you time, you have to stop bunny hopping, stop wall running, and you have to just unless like you're able to get some really perfect kind of wall jumps and perfect bunny hops to bounce through them, which is really, really hard to do consistently, you're going to have to just stop and, just sprint through. So, that's just one of the things you really got to pay attention to with this map. But, other than that, it's a great map. I love it. And it's one of my favorites in the whole game. In the whole absolute game, I love it. Next up, we'll take a look at Haven, which is probably my least favorite of the 3 maps in this DLC. I can't help but think that obstacles were intentionally placed around this map for the sole purpose of hampering pilot movement and making routes annoying. Light poles and random signs hanging off of buildings do nothing but get in the way of your routes, and they force you to be really on point with your bunny hops in order to navigate around the map in any kind of coherent fashion. The center of this map is also very wide open, and all the lanes are pretty much double wide when it comes to Titan size, except for like the back alleys around B Point, which might be single wide, but most are double wide or bigger. So Titans have a lot of free reign in this map, and they separate pilot wall running surfaces enough that, your speed is not very good throughout this map as a pilot, and Titans are able to move very freely, and they're able to challenge you, so you don't have that movement on your side, unfortunately. The map is alright for LTS, but CTF and Hardpoint are kind of whack, just because the points are so close together as well. So it's not really my favorite. I have a lot more I could go on with, but I'll just end it there. Not my favorite map, not that great. Finally, let's end this on a positive note. Export. This is definitely my favorite map from the entire DLC, probably one of my favorites in the entire game. This is a map that's a lot like Dig Site in the sense that the lanes are very tight, very numerous, and Titans are very limited in their mobility. They have to slowly and intelligently push through the map or face certain death, and pilots have very free reign over the map as a result of that. I can't believe how easy it is to make up routes on the fly as a pilot, and you can traverse very quickly despite the map's large size. So, like, seriously, any wall, any house in the entire map, you can just grab it and go. And, like, there's always walls, there's always places for you to grab and keep that momentum up and just keep flying through the map at awesome speeds. Very, very, very parkour-centric, very, very pilot-friendly. Probably one of my favorite maps in the game, as I keep saying over and over. This is seriously just a great, very well done map by Respawn. And as you're going to hear me say later, I think that even just for this map, it almost warrants the purchase of the entire DLC just for this map. It's that good. But anyways, let's take a look at some of the actual, like, the more competitive sorts of game types in the game and how they play in this map. So hardpoints are generally very well made on the interiors, and they support interesting pilot movement strategies to hold them and defend them. Flag routes in CTF are very simple and effective with no intentional obstructions put upon them for the most part. Rooftops are very numerous as well, and they're designed for carbine map control to counteract all the crazy parkour that people are going to be doing on this map. So I definitely think that SMGs suffer a little bit here, and that carbine and shotgun play is pretty much the way to go, almost all the time in any kind of game mode. So, like, all of this is all not even to mention Respawn's little quote-unquote levolution kind of thing they've got going on in this map, where you can shoot an electrical conduit and at the top of B point, and you can bathe an entire area of the map in a lethal cloud of electricity, and that kills anything within its radius, both friend or foe. It's gimmicky for sure, but most people don't even use that area of the map at this point in the time just because they're too scared of being randomly electrocuted. But overall, I think it's a fun idea. It doesn't hurt the map in any sort of way. It actually serves to improve the experience, in my opinion. I think it makes it more dynamic, and it's just a nice change of pace. It's not such an overpowered thing where it completely changes the map, or it's just dumb. You know, you have you hear a big siren, you have a long time to hear the siren, react to it, and get away from the area that's going to be affected. And it's really awesome when you actually end up getting a kill with it. And if you don't, then, you know, whatever. No harm, no foul. So, I don't think it distracts. I don't think it not distracts. I don't think it detracts from the experience very much, if at all. And I like it. I think it's a fun little thing that they've added in there. So overall, despite Haven falling short in my opinion and just not being a very good map and not very fun map to play, I have to rate this DLC still as a must-buy, despite, you know, one of the 3 maps not being that good. Export and Dig Site are just too great to not add to your repertoire. I mean, they're friggin' amazing. I love both of them. They're both worth it, even if they were just being sold individually for $5 each. I would still recommend them wholeheartedly. I love playing on them, and I can't get enough of them. So, like, for example, like when the first DLC pack came out, I got bored of it after just a couple of days, but this second DLC pack, I'm still playing it hard. You know, I'm still playing it, and we're approaching like 1 week of it being available, and I haven't gotten tired of it yet. Not really. I mean, like maybe like, you know, one day after playing it for a couple of hours, I might switch back, but I mean, every day I want to go back to that Frontier's Edge. So, you know, I definitely don't see myself switch back to other playlists in full time anytime soon. I'm gonna be sticking with this playlist for quite a while. So anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope that I've helped you make a more informed decision about the map pack if you're still on the fence about it. Please like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Feel free to leave a comment on what you think about the maps as well. If you have any questions, leave it down below, and I or any of my subscribers would be happy to help you out. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care. We'll see you next time.